Good morning. We inside the second hour of the mid-morning buzz on this terrific Tuesday. Trust wherever you are doing well. I can say good morning to our television viewers, those of you online with us. Good morning. Well, we say good morning. It's been a long time since we've seen our friends from the RGPF, but here with us this morning are some wonderful officers from the Grenada Coast Guard. We say good morning to Sergeant Dexter Roberts and Corporal Ken Joseph. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, and thank you for having us.
How are we this morning?
We are doing good. We're fine.
Fine, we're great.
Yeah, Coast Guard good? Everything good?
Yeah, the Coast Guard is fine.
Yeah.
Coast Guard is doing great.
Wonderful. Well, of course, the Coast Guard, you're really concerned with things, the safety of their borders, sea, of course, and things that go on out there, like our fishermen who ply the sea daily, and other seafarers and so on. And it's a time of the year where we also have lots of activities going on the Sister Isle. And who knows, I might just want to jump in my boat and go up there. So, first of all, though, let's talk to us a bit about, because we've had some near misses last year, where, the Coast Guard was rather heroic in ensuring that there were not fatalities also at sea. So just remind and talk to us about, some of the do's and don'ts, and I should say must do's. Yeah, when in terms of folks going out to sea to ply their trade, especially.
Okay, we can do that. Mm-hmm. Well, good morning to the viewing and the listening public. And we at the Coast Guard, we take this opportunity to enlighten the boating public whenever we get the chance to do so. And this morning, we are just here to give us some safety tips with regards to do's and don'ts when you are venturing out at sea. And at this time, it is more important with the coming of the Carriacou Carnival. Mm-hmm. We have had an unfortunate incident over 4 years ago. That is in 2016.
4 years already?
Yeah, 4 years, so 2016, where some persons would have lost their lives. Mm-hmm. And this tragedy could have been avoided had certain precautions been taken. So this morning we just want to advise persons that are so desirous of going to Carriacou, especially for this carnival season, to observe a few safety precautions. First and foremost, pay attention to the weather. Mm-hmm. It's important that you have an idea as to what is the sea condition out there. Mm-hmm. And in recent times, we would have had some very rough seas, some very big waves out there. And it's very essential that you know your size of vessel and what is happening out in the maritime environment, so that you wouldn't put yourself at any additional risk. Mm-hmm. It is also important to know that the amount of persons that you can carry safely. Mm-hmm. At this time, many persons tend to overload their vessels with more than they can carry, and this causes stability problems. Especially when you meet the rough waters and stuff like that. So we are advising persons that if you're going to Carriacou, just take the necessary amount of persons that is safe for you to carry. And in light of that, also you must also carry sufficient life jackets with you. Mm-hmm. Because it's in case something happens and you happen to get into the water, then you have that means of protecting yourself. And one of the reasons why in 2016 that person would have lost their lives, I want to believe, is because they didn't have any life jackets on.
Right.
And sometimes there are boat owners or persons on boats who have access to the life jackets, mm-hmm. but they do not put them on once they're on board. And sometimes it might be difficult for you to put them on in case of an accident or something happened. Mm-hmm. So we are advising persons who want to get on board, put on your life jacket. It wouldn't do you good to have it up inside or been sitting on it, because when you do want it, you may not. You may not
just put it on.
Exactly. Also, for those going to Carriacou, do so during the daylight hours. At least you can see where you're going. You have an idea. As to what's happening. Unlike the nighttime, mm-hmm. when it's dark and things are kind of more difficult to see. And also traveling what we call convoys. So don't go by yourself. So if you're traveling from a particular area, say from Sortes, mm-hmm. 3-4 vessels go together.
Okay.
So in case something happens to one,
Right,
then they have
right,
that system there where they can assist. And also we are advising persons to carry radios, VHF radios. Also carry a charged cell phone, and give the Coast Guard a call or give someone a call. Let them know where you are, what is happening,
Right.
because it's important to know that, or for persons to know where you are at all times and what's happening to you out there. So our emergency number is 399. So you can call the Coast Guard at any time on 399. There is someone there at all times, 24/7.
399.
Yeah, that's our emergency number. So you can give us give us a call. So these are some of the basic safety safety tips that we are we advising both operators to basically adhere to on the way to Carriacou, but not only on the way to Carriacou, but once they're venturing out at sea. Yeah, all these precautions basically applies to whatever situation that is happening at sea. And also fundamental is the use of alcohol. Alcohol impairs your judgment, so you should avoid the use of alcohol once you operate in a vessel. Even while you are in the vessel as a passenger, you should not be consume such amount of alcohol that you're unable to have control of yourself.
Right, in case there's distress.
Exactly. Because the alcohol gives persons this kind of a superhuman strength, as my colleague would say. So so we are advising persons to kind of
So Mr. Killer was right then. Actually tells you to run with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we are just here advising the public that once you're out there, you're out at sea, just pay particular attention to those those circumstances, because eventually your negligence could cause some serious problems.
Absolutely. I mean, we still have a situation where some of the folks on that fateful day in the boarding accident of 2016, their remains have not been discovered up to this point.
That's correct.
For their family to give them a proper burial. So please be advised and remember. So please listen to what the officer is saying. Corporal Joseph, in the case of the operators, the people, the captain, shouldn't they have a sort of certification? What is required from them? Could I just take a boat and decide I'm going across the road to Carriacou with 4 people?
Well, the thing is, we have a culture in Grenada that people learn to handle or steer vessels from maybe their father or their friends and things like that. Okay, people can get what you call a captain license, right? They can learn to learn navigation, learn to handle equipment, stuff like GPS, how to use a radio properly. They can get training in this, but normally what we have in Grenada are people who learned from a person before them, right? There was a mentor, there was taught to how to handle a vessel. But you can go and get your captain license. You can, which is very helpful, because it properly prepares you how to use GPS, radio, procedures, things like rules of the road, how to understand and how to know your vessel, the capabilities of your vessel, what to do in certain circumstances, because it's normally a comprehensive package when you actually go to a school or a class where you can learn how to be a captain. So it's always better. But like in Grenada, we do things on local knowledge and we learn through experience.
We get skilled by air.
Yeah, but just to add with what Corporal Joseph have just said, there is nothing in law legally that compels someone to really have
a captain's
like a boating license.
Okay.
You can get up in the morning and go build a boat and then just go drive it drive it out there.
Okay.
We're hoping to get to the point where we would have that legislative teeth.
I thought after 2016 we did that. That was so traumatic for everybody.
Yes.
I mean, you, the Coast Guard, you worked hard, but you did get a lot of licks. Because when people can't see the families, they will blame the Coast Guard. The people who just got up and irresponsibly went off, didn't even tell their mother or their wife, I'm going on this boat, and to the individual who rowed the boat, they must be culpable for all of this. So I thought after 2016 we were really going to go down that road. Something that really needs revisiting, because we are a country we're an island, and so we love the sea, and one of our main forms of transportation is is you know,
Boats.
boating. Yeah. So it's something I think we should really look at.
But what we do at the Coast Guard in the interim is that we do a lot of training with with the local boating population in terms of giving them safety at sea and rules of the road, which is basically how to drive a vessel in compliance with international standards and stuff like that, and survival skills and techniques as such like that. So we are doing that, and I know that other agencies like the Fisheries Department, the the Grenada Board of Tourism, with the water taxi and stuff like that. So a number of initiatives have are in the pipeline with regards to training the local boat operators to operate their vessels safely and stuff like that. But hopefully, I guess in the not too distant future, we will have some legislative, background, some legislative teeth to give us that enforcement powers, so that when we out there, we can see someone out there, inspect them, and whatever violation that they are in, we can take some form of corrective measures.
Because you're right about how we learn. Because if you go across the Woburn on any given Sunday and you want to get across to Hog Island, I mean, the last time we went, I think the young man was about 14. And he was really good. It's until I reached over at Hog Island, I say, what's your age? Because but I mean, it was a nice clear day, but anything can happen. So you really want to ensure that we have these measures in place.
And as I mentioned, the Woburn area, that's our the Coast Guard community policing area, and part of our community policing initiative in that area is to educate the local boat operators with regards to safety at sea and survival skills and boat handling and stuff like that, because it's part of their culture, and they have this weekly transit from Woburn over onto Hog Island every Sunday with regards to those festivities over there. And unfortunately, we have had incidents sometime last year where someone lost their life, and so in light of that, we are the Coast Guard. We are basically working in that area, especially with the the local community, to assist them, give them that knowledge, give them that that education, because that's all we can do in the interim is to educate and make people know what what they should do, what their responsibilities are once you get in a vessel, driving a vessel.
And how well are fishermen doing on the highway, on the water highway?
Well, what I can say is for boat handling skills, we are second to none. We're very good, second to none. We have been having a few issues when it comes to the GPS, reading the coordinates, giving correct coordinates and locations. This has been an issue. I could tell you, for one example, there was once somebody called, they was in distress, and the coordinates they gave me, when I went on a chart, they put me in River Sally. So just imagine if there was a few miles, let's say, east of that coordinates, that would have put them on the east coast. So what would have happened is that Coast Guard vessel would have go up the east coast. But when I asked them further information, actually there was about 1 mile, or 1 nautical mile off Point Celine. And as you know, where the Coast Guard base is very close to Point Celine Point. So you see, knowing your equipment, that is very key. The GPS is very, very important because it pinpoints where you are. I think up to accuracy up to about 5 meters. 5 meters is not far.
No.
So know your equipment.
That would be a challenge.
If you need any help, you can always come to the Coast Guard. There are officers here who would ably assist you and get to know your equipment.
But the local fishermen, always have that challenge in terms of using equipment, because traditionally they would go out and fish, and local knowledge, they know where they are. They might see, they might be close to land, so they can see a reference point, and then they would come in. So they have not really trained themselves to rely quite a lot on equipment. So
but the world is changing.
Exactly, and whenever they do find themselves out from the coast in in areas where they cannot see land and they need to get some assistance, is difficult. And we have had not really bash the fishermen, but a lot of the times when they complain against the Coast Guard, or the Coast Guard, they call the Coast Guard and the Coast Guard didn't come, or the Coast Guard cannot find them, most of the time it's not no fault of the Coast Guard. We rely on the information
But
that.
this example here is perfect.
Exactly. But let me give you another example. There was a time when a fisherman was in trouble, and what's your location? He's under the moon. You understand? So these are some of the challenges. No, don't laugh. But these are some of the challenges that we have at the Coast Guard. So we always, I would say, ask the fishermen, to try to learn your equipment. Learn your equipment.
Yeah.
And if you are fishing close to land where you can see land, give us a reference point as to where you are.
That should be mandatory now, man.
Yeah.
The fisheries department have to kind of get its men together, and they need to
but they have made some strides, because we at the Coast Guard have done some training with GPSs with the fisheries department over the years. So I know a lot of the young fishermen right now, they're up to speed with the with the GPS. So that's a plus, and
that's good.
And we hardly have any incidents where we get those kind of erroneous information.
Under the moon.
Under the moon.
Well,
we're all under the moon.
Of course.
One thing I'd like to add, and I think it's key. Before any boat or anyone who's operating a vessel leave, they should do what we call pre-checks. Now, pre-checks is making sure that you have enough fuel. You pop the engine cover, you make sure everything is in place, all the wiring and spark plugs, everything is. You don't necessarily have to be a mechanic to really see that something is not something's not right. Okay, so you just make your little checks, make sure everything is functioning before leaving. Because what happens sometimes is that I know the capabilities of your vessel, because sometimes people may travel and they run out of fuel, and that should not really be happening, because you should know the distance you're going and how much fuel it takes to get there. So it's very important, so you know how far you're going. And this all comes in planning. Once you plan something properly, and always work with extra fuel, because it helps. Because if you know you're used to going with the 2 gas bottles, there's no harm in working with 4.
Right, exactly.
So it always helps.
Exactly.
More is always better than was.
And weather information as well.
Exactly.
Well, that's critical. That's critical. And it's also useful to let someone know where you are going to fish, if you're going to fish, or maybe if you're traveling, for whatever reason, let someone know where you're going. Right. You can also call the Coast Guard, call us on 399 and let us know, I am so and so, my boat is so and so, and we are fishing in that location. So yeah, so it's always useful to let someone know. So in case something happens, there is a jump-off point. There is a starting point where a search can begin. And if you happen to move from that location, it is also wise to inform someone, I am no longer there, I am over there. So there is always a starting point, because it's very difficult sometimes when we get a call at the Coast Guard and we do not have a last known position, a good last known position, because the sea is a huge and vast area.
Exactly.
And we're looking at fuel and manpower issues to go be searching.
Wonderful. So your job is exciting. No 2 days are alike, I'm sure.
No.
That's good. That's good. That's enough to keep you on your toes. Talking about keeping you on your toes, how much did you place in a parade?
Well, I think there's only 3 positions. And, it's either gold, silver, or bronze.
Gold, silver, or bronze?
Of course, God was not in the top 3.
You didn't really get gold, silver, or bronze?
I would like to say Coast Guard got the honours. I would like to say Coast Guard got the honours. We didn't get the gold, but we got the honours. So.
We'll give you the honours because no other department of the RGPF do what you do at sea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know that they can just jump into your shoes. They have to be trained for it.
Yeah.
Whereas we can just go into the department and start working.
Absolutely. So you're very, very special like that. Yeah. So we'd like to commend you for the job you continue to do. And of course, don't be strangers. Please come again.
Of course we will.
All right. Thank you so very much.
And thank you for having us.
Corporal Ken Joseph and Sergeant Dexter Roberts.
And I'd like to say one closing thing before I leave. There are many good reasons for safety. One just entered my head. If a person can't be safe when they're living, there's no way they can be safe when they're dead. So with that little poem in mind, always remember that safety can save your life. Because what happens, safety is simple. It's a simple thing to do. But when you're not practicing safety, things can get very messy very ugly and very complicated.
Absolutely.
Okay, so remember,
Absolutely.
safety.
Safety it is. And thank you so much again.
Thank you.
That was a good one. We take a break, we'll be right back and continue with the mid-morning buzz.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and light. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherish space off Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
The race to the crown continues. Carnival Friday. Fantastic Friday. The Playway International Soca Monarch 2020. The Crown Grand Finals. Fantastic Friday. The best in power and groovy soca do battle against reigning power and groovy monarchs.
I am a George, the Water Lord, the commander of the Savannah. Hey yo, this is Swappy. Big up to all my sisters and brethren.
For their chance at the crown. In the groovy category, Aston Isaac, Blacks, College Boy Jesse, Ding Dong, Isaiah, Kerry John, Leadpipe, Pretty, Razor, Rome, Skinny Banton, and the reigning groovy monarch Swappy. Fantastic Friday.
GBN's coverage of the International Soca Monarch 2020 is made possible by the National Lotteries Authority, Netherlands Insurance, Megaforce Promotions, Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies, Clark's Court Routes, Fruta, distributed by George F. Huggins, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Quick and Easy, Royal and Horizon Paper Towels and Napkins, Qualitech Laboratory.
To the mid-morning buzz. Welcome back. Well, we saw the officers of the Coast Guard off, and it is an absolute pleasure to introduce my next guest. Of course, she's no stranger. No, she's not. It's got a buzzing, hissing sound there. Anyways, everyone, good morning, and let's say good morning to the lovely Sabrina Francis.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brenda. Thank you for having
You're
me.
most welcome, my love. And of course, we're inviting you to celebrate with Sabrina. Her album launch is this Saturday. It's her third, right?
My second, actually.
second?
My second
What I'm
album.
thinking is your third, Sabrina.
Because you've been listening to me for so long. You make up a whole album all by yourself.
It looks as if that's what I did in truth. Oh my God. So celebrated Sabrina. She's the album launch. I Feel. Her second album is this Saturday, the 22nd.
Yeah.
And it's happening at the Coconuts Beach in Grand Island. So she's here this morning. Hey, Sabby girl.
Hey. Yes, so I am having a special launch for everybody who wants to come out and celebrate with me. We're going to have something like a little listening party on Coconut Beach. It's starting about 6 p.m. You come, you get a little welcome drink. To start off with, we'll be listening to the album and just meeting, greeting, chatting, enjoying some music and celebrating the hard 12 months or more that I worked on this album, trying to make it something of quality, something beautiful for my listeners to enjoy.
Yeah.
So
you worked really, really hard. You went all the way to Africa.
Yes, we are, I must admit, but I mean, you have to feed creativity in order to come up with something that people could, respect and enjoy. So
Exactly.
that's what we did. We took a trip in June to South Africa. We worked with a number of different musicians and singers and gathered up some ideas, gathered up some inspiration, and came home and worked on 10 songs for you.
Yeah. Absolutely. This one here, nice. The Afro beats, the sound.
Yeah.
This was influenced by what?
It was influenced by, when you have people in your life that are always in your corner, no matter where you go, and they see your potential all the time, and their life's mission seems to be to bring out that potential at all costs. This was that song to thank that individual in my life who has been in my corner through thick and thin.
Yeah.
It's called I'm Awake, and it's in realization of potential and agreeing.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm Awake, and it was with a group of singers in South Africa. Their names are the group name is Young Mbazo, and they're actually the third generation of Lady Smith Black Mambaza. Do you know them?
Right, yes,
Right.
Black Mambaza. Well, I'm Awake. I play I'm Awake. After I do my theme song, I do I'm Awake, and I get it moving.
Yes. So I mean, that was an amazing experience, and they're very talented gentlemen, and they really gave the song what it needed, I think.
I would have to agree.
I'm Awake.
I would have to agree. So give us a little piece, Sabrina.
I want to.
You want to? Okay. Let me just.
Yeah. I'm awake. Can I hear it again?
No?
You never stop believing. You never stop the preaching. You never like to see me cry. I didn't hear it again.
Be quiet.
You forever try. You never gave me back to the other side. And now I'm grateful. You never.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're having some technicalities,
Yes.
technical difficulties. That's okay.
Let's talk through our interview because we don't have a headset to share with you. So let's do this.
No
So
worries.
come on down to the Coconut Beach restaurant to hear it.
Yeah, we'll be playing a lot of the songs from the album live for you, so
Let's
come through and
continue our interview
enjoy.
over here with Sabrina. Thank you very much. Yes, Sabrina. So tell us.
Is that what they're playing now?
Yeah, but the people on radio are not hearing that.
Yeah.
So we kind of out of sync.
Yeah. No worries. That was I'm Awake though, and you can come down on the 22nd and enjoy that with me. It's a nice little up-tempo song. A lot of the songs are really rhythmic. Even though it's a roller coaster of emotions, you know. So some of the songs are very rhythmic, and the others are kind of, laid back and chill. So come down to Coconut Beach on the 22nd. I tried to make it in a place that's very accessible, so you could just hop off a bus and join me. You know, come and have a little drink and let's chill, dance, have some enjoyable music.
So from the very first time you did a solo, you penned a song, you sung a song. So from the very first time to now, just talk to us about how you've morphed in that journey, the things that inspire you. I mean, just your the whole development, if you will, of the Sabrina brand.
Yeah, I think if I didn't have the team that I have now, the development that personal development especially, and musical development that I've experienced probably would not have happened. Because even though I sang as a younger, my mom used to be a singer. She was a Calypsonian Lady Empress, and she was really a different Calypsonian, I would say, from listening to her music. She was different. I don't think Grenada was ready for her, but she's an amazing writer, and I always mimicked her coming all the way up, but it was never taken seriously because, I mean, the dream of a singer in the genre that I have was not very mainstream when I started singing. The demand for live music and for soul music in Grenada was not a thing, but we did it anyway. And I think as we carried on throughout the years, I continued writing. I continued being inspired by just life and things around me, and it's just expression through penmanship. People should really try it and practice it. And I always encourage anybody who is into the art or into, people want to be a singer, practice writing and practice expressing yourself, because your own music is your value. When you head out of Grenada, people want to hear your expression, and that's what you would sell. That's what people want to hear. So I encourage everybody to write. I'm still practicing to write. I'm not a writer, but I practice it, and the more I do it, it's like turning on a faucet. You let the old water run out, and then it becomes clean, clear, and fresh. And and that's what I say my experience has been. I've been doing it, and the more I do it, the better I become. And I have been really experiencing local support more than ever this last year, and it really is encouraging and refreshing, because again, you always have the feeling that this is not where this is for, and that's fine, let me try somewhere else. But as I'm trying somewhere else and pushing my music outside of Grenada, I notice that Grenadians, I really feel the support from home, and that is motivating.
That is important.
And it is important to support your local artists, because that's the only how they get the drive to continue pushing and continue doing it. And I've been lucky enough to have a following, a small but growing following outside of Grenada. They're coming to come, and we're working on it. But still, Grenadian support is very, very important to the local musicians. So keep that in mind as you're consuming your entertainment.
Talking about consuming is because we consume a lot of the soca and calypso genre. That's how we consume. So folks for you that are outside of that belt, I mean, people like yourself, artists like yourself, it's very easy, I think, to become discouraged. There's only so many avenues open for you to really showcase your craft. So if there's any advice you'd give to, because I know many of them out there just sometimes they feel
they want to give up, like, what are doing that for? What are really doing that for? Right. But thanks to social media, there are people in Grenada and outside of Grenada that appreciate the kind of music that whatever you're doing on this earth, there is an audience for it. I mean, I've seen some things that I would be like, Jesus Christ, but there is an audience for everything that you're doing. So just try to find your audience, and social media, it really is the easiest thing I could think about right now, and it's how I've been growing my following. So social media, but also living in Grenada, we have noticed a need for a platform for these kinds of musicians to express themselves. So I've actually started doing my annual concert. It's called Wide Open. I did my first one last year, Easter Saturday, and I'm going to be doing it again this year, April 11th. And that is an avenue to a stage for local singers and musicians and upcoming singers and musicians to come and share their art in a location that is very ambient, light. I'm making it so that it's suitable for music. So you could come, sit, relax, and the focus is music, but you also, the environment makes it easier to suck it all in. So April 11th, that's another thing. I didn't really come to push that, but it came up. April 11th, join me for the Wide Open concert.
You'll come back then and we'll sing.
yeah, of course.
Sing, you'll come in the car, you'll have a good time.
Yes. Right. I also want to mention that I have some following outside of Grenada. So the people who cannot join me this Saturday, the 22nd, 6 p.m., Coconut Beach, if you can't make it to that event, I'm also doing something very unique and special online for the people outside of Grenada or even in Grenada who can't make it. It's an online launch. It's a digital launch. I'm doing a private page where every day I'm going to be sending you one song from the album until you have all of the songs, and I'm adding additional content. I worked really hard on making extra content so you could get an inside peek on what it was like creating the album, the people I worked with, and things like that. So just a little something for everybody who can't celebrate with me in person. You could celebrate with me online and have some additional information. You could send me your email and your name on my Facebook, Sabrina473, or email me at info@sabrinafrancis.com.
Somebody on Facebook saying here, good morning, my favorite people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sabrina, I'm a huge fan. Thank you for sharing your journey
thank you.
Your artistry.
Thank you so much.
Indeed,
we work hard on it.
Indeed. It's really awesome. It's just a pleasure. And I'm very, 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 very proud of you, Sabrina.
Thank you, Brenda.
And it's been a pleasure to watch you grow and morph into this really, really wonderful. Every time I look at you, I'm still amazed. I'm still in awe that sound come from this little frame.
Thank you.
Right here.
Yeah.
Sweet. And so
thank you for having me. We still have some growing to do, so keep following the journey. Yeah. And thanks for always being in my corner. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm big like that. You had to work real hard for me to jump out. Yeah, I stick a while before I jump out. Yeah, but how would you?
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. So Saturday, please, everyone.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Celebrate with Sabrina Francis, the album launch. I feel.
At Coconut Beach.
I feel
happy. I feel excited. I feel inspired. So come and feel all of them things with me.
Nice. Do you have a cover charge?
No, I don't have a cover charge. You just come in and I'll have albums on sale.
Right.
So that would be, if you want to support the movement, come and purchase an album, but it's really just an environment for you to come and celebrate with me.
And patronize the restaurant.
Exactly, of course.
Yes. Lovely, Sabby. Thank you so very much.
All right.
Thank you. Sorry we didn't get to. We'll sing next time.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll be back.
Yes, most definitely. We take a quick break. We'll be right back.
No, I don't have a cover charge. You just come in and I have albums on sale.
Right.
So that would be, if you want to support.
again, and I'm afraid. Do you hold me? And I'm invincible again. Well, you never stop believing. You never stop preaching. You never like to see me cry while I'm learning. But you got the one flying or I'm growing. You forever tried, you never gave me back to the other side. I know I'm grateful that you never, no, you never, you never. One can't keep my mind from running, can't keep my thoughts down. I'm away, 'cause you kept me going.
Camelia Brown, Camelia, of course, is a marketing officer at Real Value IGA. Good morning, Cams.
Good morning.
How do you do?
Well, that's what I want to know from you.
Oh gosh, guys, busy morning, trying to keep up.
Yeah,
there.
I could tell your voice doesn't sound okay.
You're getting better, man.
Well, we wish you
remember when I saw it the last time, I was like, oh.
Now we're doing better.
Right. So how are we? What's happening down at Revalue IGA?
Okay, all right. So let's just start with the product of the week. This week is Gillette Fusion Cartridge. It's a 4-pack. So for the significant man in your life, maybe now is a good time to get him an early Father's Day gift. Your boyfriend, your family, a man in your life. Okay, so it was $67.50 this week. It's $60, which gives you a savings of $7.50 this week. And remember, it's a 4-pack of razors, right? So it's not one, it's 4. So don't let the price scare you, okay? Also, let me just let you guys know that today is International Wine Day, which I'm so enthusiastic about because
I want to wine.
I like wine. I love wine. Yeah, most people know that every day is a wine day for me. I could sit down and have a glass of of white wine every day and I'll be happy. Unfortunately, we can't do that, right? Because we have to drink responsibly, of course. So we have specials on 2 wines. Currently, it's Castillo de Molina, the Camembert. It was $36.65. Currently is $29.95, giving you a savings of $6.70. And we also have Alta Vista Malbec. It was $43.65. Currently is $40.50, giving you a savings of $3.15.
Nice.
And this is an extended promotion, right? So it's going to be there for a while. So come on to Real Value Supermarket at any time and take part of this special. Not only on wine day, but if you're like me, we could drink wine all the time. Okay, because it's soft, it's not too hard, so it's not like rivers. You could just sit down and sip the wine and just one glass and be happy and content. Am I selling this to you?
I'm sold, Cammy. I'm sold.
All right, so let's just slowly migrate into something else. Currently in our center aisle freezer, we have a healthy taste of Italy, a promotion where we're sort of promoting the healthier aspects of pasta. So currently we have a red lentil pasta available. We also have a green lentil pasta.
That sounds exotic.
Yes, and it's very
green.
Yeah, very colorful, very flamboyant. And we also have a black bean spaghetti available. Right?
Interesting.
And we've paired it with like some infused oil, like garlic oil and stuff like that, because you don't want your pasta to stick together. So after it's finished, you put a little infused garlic oil on it. You toss that, maybe put a little bit of vegetables in it, and we also have pasta sauce available, and that is available currently, as I said before, near our center aisle freezer. And we also have aisle 2 is pasta aisle, so any type of pasta you want, you can find it there as well. All right. Just to let you know that our social media Valentine promotion is still ongoing. It's ending on the 21st of February.
We don't want to stop the love at all.
We don't want to stop the love at all. And remember, this promotion is an act of of kindness or an act of love. And as I keep on saying, like, love doesn't only have to be romantic love. It could be, you know, showing kindness to your friend. You know, God said to love each other, so, you know, love upon each other. Help somebody cross the street. You see a dog and his foot is broken, maybe bring him to the JSPCA or something like that. You know, something that shows caring. And, you know, we're living in a very turbulent world right now, tumultuous world right now. So maybe, you know, just a little moment to show some kindness is always good, right? And with that, you will win a $100 shopping voucher from Real Valley Supermarket.
Nice.
All right, and these shopping vouchers don't expire, so you could use it at any time you want.
Okay.
Right, so just go to our social media page and upload a picture of you showing the love, spreading the love, and just hashtag share the love IGA.
Share the love, IGA.
And quickly before I go, because I know we're pushing on time, let me just remind that farmers that were looking for the following items: pineapples, red cabbages, cherry tomatoes, bell peppers, tanya, honeydew, cantaloupe, watermelon, mangoes, broccoli flower, plantain, sweet corn and green corn, cucumbers, and avocados.
Okay, say that again.
Avocados, cucumbers, sweet and green corn, plantain, broccoli flower, mangoes, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, tanya, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, red cabbages, and pineapple. And of course, this will be posted to our Facebook account. If you do not have Facebook, you could always call us. Our number is 439-2121. All right, just ask to speak to our purchasing department. And please remember to walk with your farmer's ID as well.
Nice. Right? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. Thank you. Any final things before we go, Cammie?
Just remember to, you know, share the wine. Have wine and share it as well. Brenda rolling her eyes at me.
No, I did not. I just looked at you in a very loving way. Did I not?
Okay, guys, I just want you to have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Remember to be safe out there in this world, and just spread some love and try to be a good citizen of this world.
Wonderful. Lovely. Thank you so very much, Cammie. You continue to be a good citizen of the world as well, as you try to lure everyone into wine, to having wine and spaghetti and all of that good stuff. Folks, check out Revalue IGA today, and when you go on out, make sure you ask about, if you don't have one, make sure you get your shopper's card, one of the best things that you can have. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by. Sabrina, the RGPF, and of course to Cammie from Real Value IGA. Until next time, I'm Brenda. Bye-bye.
The race to the crown continues. Carnival Friday, Fantastic Friday. The Playway International Soca Monarch 2020. The Crown Grand Finals. Fantastic Friday. The best in power and groovy soca do battle against reigning power and groovy monarchs.
I am a George, the Water Lord, the commander of the Savannah. Hey yo, this is Swappy. Big up to all my sisters and brethren.
For their chance at the crown. In the groovy category, Aston Isaac, Blacks, College Boy Jesse, Ding Dong, Isaiah, Kerry John, Lead Pipe, Pretty, Razor, Rome, Skinny Banton, and the reigning groovy monarch, Swappy. Fantastic Friday.
GBN's coverage of the International Soca Monarch 2020 is made possible by the National Lotteries Authority,